Okay guys, and welcome to another episode of Danganronpa, hopes getting into despair students. So in the last episode, we were continuing on with the trial, but we came to a spot, well, we didn't come to a spot. I had ran out of time, and I had to stop recording, and have to continue it now. It's, the next day. Sadly, I couldn't finish it last night when I was recording, and I really wanted to, because I am, really wanting to know what's happening here. So, let's find out now. Okay, by faking his death, Yamada was able to slip under the radar and bring Ishimaru to the story. Meaning he wasn't simply a victim of this incident, but a perpetrator. Such a shocking new conclusion that I already knew about. But to think one of the victims would himself be involved in the crime. No way, I don't believe it. If it's not hard to believe, then I can show you another piece of evidence. But there's still more? Yes, the most conclusive evidence of Yamada's involvement has yet to make an appearance. You know what it is, don't you, Nagai? The item Yamada stole from the victim, Ishimaru. Where are you? Not that, not that, not that. There we go. The hidden note is the only thing to from. You're talking about that note. The note Yamada had hidden on himself, aren't you, Kirigiri? Hidden on himself? We found it hidden in his underwear when investigating his body. Inside? His underwear? Yeah, it's kind of disturbing. Horrifying. Never do that, but his underwear. I see. Putting the whole underwear business aside, how about we take a look at what the note says? Okay, found a hole, like a secret path. Can see the outside, probably a way out. Would be bad if Monokuma meet in the physics prep room at 6 a.m. Ah, that's the note I was telling you about, dude. The culprit lured me out using... Hold on a sec, it's not quite the same. The note I got said, would be bad if Monokuma found out, so don't talk to anyone. Meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. That's right. This is a completely different note from the one you had received here at Hagakure. Completely different? Well, it's not completely. I mean, they just changed the timing. That's all. Okay, what I'm saying is, in addition to Hagakure, one other person was called on by the culprit. And it was Ishimaru. And that other person, the one who received this note, is Ishimaru. We just went over that crap. Like, come on, people. Yes, it was Ishimaru. The person who received this note was the deceased Ishimaru. Ahem, objection, objection. I'm still not sure what you're getting at. But don't you say Hippie had that. But you say Hippie had that. Then that means it was Hippie and not Kitty, who the note was summoning. Wrong. By Kitty you mean Ishimaru, and by Hippie you mean Yamada, right? No shit, Sherlock! You don't need to explain every little thing. Okay, yikes. Genocide can be downright terrifying, but I can't back down now. Okay, now we do have evidence and... yeah, we'll get to it. Non-stop debate. Broken wristwatch, Yamada's glasses, bloody glasses, cloth. None of those are right. I don't think. Okay, Hippie had the note, didn't he? Then that note... it's obviously for Hippie. I just want to see what everything is first. Think back on the contents of the note. What time did the note specify they meet? 6 in the morning? No, duh. Who cares what time it said? This has nothing to do with Kitty. I didn't get it in time. Okay, the time mentioned in the note was 6 a.m. Something happened right around then. I just have to remember what. Okay. The note. That note. Nope, I didn't think that was the right thing to shoot at. Oh, crap. Such a determined expression makes me want to do ya, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Meh. That's awful. I wouldn't want that happening to Nagai. Okay, that note. And that note is obviously for Hippie. I didn't think that was it either. Why did I shoot at it? I knew I was wrong. Yes, there has to be inconsistency somewhere. Blah 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 blah. The contents. Okay, specify they meet 6. Who cares what the time says? Damn, okay, I was supposed to shoot at that one with the wristwatch. Oopsies! I didn't mean to screw up, but apparently I wasn't using my head. A, B, A, thank God. Okay. No, they are connected. What you yammering on about, kid? The meet time mentioned in this note is 6 AM, which is the same time as Shimaru was killed, as his wristwatch showed us. And that's not all. There's also the meeting place specified on the note, the physics prep room. Yes, that was where Ishimaru was murdered. In other words, Ishimaru was killed at the time and in the place given in this note. Isn't that sufficient evidence that Ishimaru was the intended recipient of this note? I see. If that's how it was, no objection. And you're laughing maniacally like a, well, psycho bitch, because you are a psycho bitch, but okay. So, Ish was deceived by that note, just like me. What an abhorrent, cold-hearted, abominably inhuman dude, luring us with the temptation of outside. But hold on, why did Yamada have the note if Ishimaru was the recipient? And in his undies? That has to be because Yamada prided from Ishimaru's dead hands. What? He took it? And what evidence do you have of this? Go on, say it. Because the evidence showing that Yamada took the note from Ishimaru was this scrap of paper. Right there. Okay, when Kirigiri and I were investigating Ishimaru's body, we found a scrap of paper clenched in his hand. If my suspicions are correct, then the torn part of this scrap of paper, just as I thought, it matches the note Yamada had. Then, the scrap of paper Ishimaru was holding onto and the note Yamada was hiding, exactly, they're both the same sheet of paper. Ishimaru held a fragment of the note he supposedly received when Yamada possessed the remainder. There's only one way to explain the situation. Ishimaru died with the note held tight in his hand. Yamada attempted to rob him of it, mistakenly left a corner of the page in Ishimaru's grip. Is that what you are suggesting? In which case, that means Yamada knew the note was an important piece of evidence. Yes, and that itself is evidence of Yamada's involvement. I see. The stars are aligned, dude. There's no question. Yams was inextricably involved in this incident. In essence, Yams is alive right now, and he's the culprit, dude. No, that can't be. No, because we heard the discovery call. Yamada was definitely dead when we found him in the art storage room. The second corpse discovery announcement we heard serves as testament to that. Then, who killed Yamada? The true culprit. He was likely murdered where we found their bodies in the art storage room, just after moving Ishimaru. Then, he was murdered in the span of time between Ishimaru's disappearance and when we found the bodies. At that time, we had all split up to search for the missing corpses, which is to say, nobody has an alibi for Yamada's murder. Oh, Christ. But me and Sakura were together. Have a little shame, would ya? You fattiest whale. Who are you calling a fat whale? Anywho, dudes, yeah, the time of death is an issue, but we've got an even bigger problem than that. An even bigger problem, you say? What kind of weapon was used to kill Yams? Weapon? I mean, look at this. The Monokuma file says Ish and Yams had their heads split open in a similar way with similar weapons. But dude, just the same 3 and 4 were left in the infirmary and the physics prep room, you know? If Yams was killed in the art storage room, wouldn't that mean the culprit went back and got one of those hammers off Yams and returned the hammer to the room it came from? But isn't that a bit too risky? Sorry about that. Ignore that. Okay. I do think it's a little too risky, but still, I know exactly what did it. It was the hammer that was in the room that got washed. That's the only possible explanation. I think, anyway. Now there's a surprise. You've actually got something other than air in that skull of yours. I'll have you know that it's packed to the brim, dude. Gehekakori is correct. That does indeed pose a problem. The Monokuma file says the 2 of them were killed with similar weapons, but hammers 3 and 4 remained in the room where they were originally found. then how do you propose the culprit went about carrying off one of the hammers? I can't even imagine the possibility. Then what about just hammer 1 or 2? The ones used to attack Celeste and Yamada. They, too, remained in the rooms we found them. And anyway, they don't look like they have lethal force. Then, isn't it possible something else was used in the murder weapon? There's no way it could have been anything else. They were killed with similar weapons. In which case, what was the weapon used to murder Yamada? Unless we can figure out what was actually used to kill Yamada, Jesus, okay, we'll never be able to reach the truth behind these crimes. So I've got to do whatever I can to answer that question. And non-stop debate. Why can't I just present it? It'd be so much easier on my head. Washed hammer. Well, no duh. Okay. But where do I use it? Okay. What was the murder weapon? Just hammer 3. No. Or just his hammer 4. It was neither. Okay, in either case, how did the culprits manage to bring this chosen weapon to the scene? Okay, furthermore, to do without being seen. Okay, presenting just as hammer 5. Visit our website for more info. Wait, what? Anywho, all we figured out is one of the 2 hammers was the murder weapon. Found it. Okay, it's not one of those 2. It's a brand new hammer. Kinda. In a sense. Perfect. 100 points. An A. Woohoo! Okay, the murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer, but some other weapon. But what other weapon? The hammers in the art storage room. Couldn't the culprit have used one of them? Plus, all of the hammers in the art storage room were covered in bits of stone and dust. Except for one, which for some reason had been washed. It was washed? I'm certain the hammer was washed, because it was the true weapon used to kill Yamada. The culprit took the time to wash the hammer to get rid of the blood that had gotten on it. Makes sense to me. On top of that, there's an array of hammers of all sizes hanging on the wall in the art storage room. And several of those hammers were missing. Couldn't the Justice Hammers themselves have been made using those hammers as a base? Yes, very easily. If so, it satisfies the condition that they were killed with similar weapons. Just after bringing Ishimaru's body to the art storage room, Yamada was killed with one of those hammers. And the true culprit, the person who made Yamada their accomplice, and then betrayed him, did it. No, just hold on a minute. We already discussed this. An accomplice has nothing to gain given the rules set concerning graduation from the academy. In other words, it's not possible there was an accomplice, and you should perish the thought. Accomplices are out of the question. She's right. That should have been the case. It should have been, but... It's... What evidence do I have against this? What the hell? Washed hammer? Oh, great. I have to find something within this and take it. Transform it. Okay, according to the rules, when a collaborative crime is committed, only the person who performs can get it alive, which means there is no chance of there being an accomplice. Okay, indeed you are correct. But that assumes that only one crime took place. In this case, 2 crimes occurred. Okay, Celeste says it's not possible that there was an accomplice. But can she really be so sure about that? Nope, I'm gonna take the 2 crimes took place, and I'm gonna use that against there's no chance. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, Celeste did that. Okay, blah blah blah. The 4th one. There we go. I am a genius! I swear I'm becoming Phoenix Wright. Just saying. Be nice if it was Phoenix Wright, though. This would have been a lot easier going through. Even though Phoenix Wright was kind of an idiot. Disregard that. Anyway, but 2 separate crimes occurred, so does it really count as a collaborative effort? What do you mean by that? Naturally, having an accomplice is only out of the question in the case of there being a single crime. One murder can save only one person. By adding an accomplice, you throw the scales off balance. Throw the scales off balance? It's a matter of risk versus reward. In other words, I can't say it. remuneration must be enough to offset the danger. There's no point in co-conspiring a murder if you, too, won't be saved. On the other hand, if you balance the scales, it's not possible to form a mutual, beneficial partnership. Two culprits committing two separate murders, assisting each other in their own respective crimes. The true culprit proposed this plan to Yamada in order to gain his cooperation in their crime. Most likely, Yamada was the one who killed Ishimaru. By committing his murder, Yamada lost his escape route and was forced to help the culprit commit theirs. In short, what happened today wasn't a serial murder at the hands of a single culprit, but two separate murders by two separate culprits. And the fact that it was made to look like a serial murder was all misdirection by the culprit. The distinguished madman, the similar murder weapons, the bodies, disappearance, by giving them these commonalities, the culprit made it seem as though only one crime had taken place. The culprit proposed this plan, secured his accomplices' cooperation, and in the end eliminated the biggest obstacle to his own success by murdering the accomplice. Which means betraying Yamada was part of his plan from the get-go, which makes Hagakure the other murderer. Right? Okay, what the heck? That's the most despicable thing I've ever heard. Really? I think it was a fairly solid plan, well, aside from the choice of an accomplice. The most important characteristic of this incident was the fact the two crimes were designed as one. And I'm almost positive Kirigiri had that figured out from the very beginning. So she's a fucking genius, apparently. And that's why she told us to think of the murders as separate incidents and not a serial murder. You're outstanding, Kirigiri. Maybe a little too much so. Almost unbelievably so. I accept the existence of an accomplice. Now, the Yamada question. Now the question begins. Who was the one manipulating Yamada? That is the question. The true culprit, the person who controlled Yamada and set the stage for these two murders. Everything we've discussed up to this point, every detail of these crimes, taking all of it together, there's only one person who it could be. Hagakure! Make an accusation. I have to make an accusation? You? Please don't be wrong. Huh? Why is it gonna come back on me now? Wait. On the contrary, did we not already determine it was not possible for Hagakure to have committed the crime? She's right. Hagakure was Justice Robo the whole time. Yeah, dude. I'm the tragic hero who got rebuilt and wants to reclaim his humanity as soon as possible, dude. But you are human, as much as I hate to admit it. Anyway, Hagakure is obviously not the true culprit. I'm not getting any support this way. Okay, the true culprit, the person who controlled Yamada, set the stage for the two murders. Everything we've discussed up to this point, every detail of these crimes, taking them together, there's only one person it could be. Okay, so it's not him. It's not Genocider. Could it have been Celeste? I don't think it was Togami, or Haga, or Asiana, or Sakura. I think it's either Kirigiri or Celeste, and I'm gonna guess Celeste. Oh my god, I'm right! I mean, it only made sense to me. I just went with Hagakure because he was the robot. Okay, Celeste. Oh dear, have I done something suspicious? You wound me, but enough with the jokes. You think he's joking? Okay. Then you're saying Yamada and I work together? Goodness me. To think Yamada and I could work together? Not a chance in hell! You shit for brains! Who in their right mind would work with the gutless cowards? Excuse me. I'll have you know, we do have evidence. Evidence? Yes. The two of you, and only you, did something, in particular over the course of the incident. And that's the evidence that the two of you were working together. Something only Yamada and Celeste did. Could it be that they hit the paper in his underwear? Witnessed the madman. Shouted. Only they witnessed the madman. Duh. Okay, Yamada and Celeste were the only two people who ever witnessed the madman. Isn't that right? Until Kirigiri found Hagakure in the Justice Robo suit by the pool, nobody else saw him. I don't need your help. I'm sorry. It's just as Nagai says. Yamada and Celeste were the only two to witness the madman. Given one of the two witnesses was also a culprit, it naturally casts doubt on the other's testimony. It was all a lie? After finding Yamada injured and bringing him to the infirmary, we all set out to search for the madman. Recall what Celeste said the moment we began. I saw a shadow. There was a shadow moving to the top of the stairs. At the top, sorry. And because of what she claimed she saw, we all moved to the second floor. Then, in order to lead us to the physics lab, Celeste shouted from the third floor. And what did Celeste say when we regrouped on the third floor? Okay, what happened, Celeste? That was a rather excruciating cry coming from you. I saw him, the costume madman. When I shouted, he ran off. Myself facing opposite the stairs, he turned the corner at the end of the hall to the left. Right to Ishimaru. And after directing us toward the physics lab, it was her partner's turn to act. Let out a scream. Huh? What? It came from downstairs, which means that scream was Yamada in the infirmary. Crap, let's hurry back. That was so we would split in two groups and find both of the corpses at the same time. And Celeste was the one who suggested we split up. Yes, you were. In that case, let's split into two groups. I'm staying up here. It'll be more fun. Then Nagai, Asiana, and I will head for the infirmary. And Fukawa, Togami, and Ugami will be responsible for capturing the madman. How's that? With Celeste and Yamada working together, every coincidence becomes a cog in the machine. And as an aside, that overblown shout of yours. Sorry. The Doya. The retarded thing. That also served as a signal for Yamada, did it not? A signal saying, I've arrived at the third floor, just as planned, start screaming. That's why you shouted so loudly. It could be heard throughout the entire school, is it not? And then, when we found Yamada, who was playing dead in the infirmary, what you said was also suspicious. I never would have guessed that Yamada would be killed. Okay, you were the first one to say he was killed, were you not, Celeste? By saying that, you made us believe that Yamada was actually dead. No way. I can't believe it! Celeste was acting the entire time? When Yamada's body disappeared, you and Celeste were together, weren't you, Asiana? Yeah, I wasn't feeling very good, so Celeste helped me to the restroom. Then that was... She wasn't trying to help you, Asiana. She was creating an opportunity for Yamada to escape. By themselves, they all seem like small things, but put them together, and it starts raising flags. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste? Okay, whatever might you be referring to? Feigning ignorance won't save you. You made a critical mistake. A mistake. When you first said it, I didn't give it much thought. But now I can say with certainty, that was you making a fatal mistake. And what would that be? After we heard about Yamada's corpse going missing, we returned to the infirmary. You said this. I'm kind of confused. It's like he's playing games. He's enjoying watching us run around, confused and afraid. At this rate, we'll all be killed. We'll be killed like them. Oh, she said them! Oh, and she didn't know about Ishimaru yet. Oh, I never caught on to that. Oh my. I too heard those words. That cracks everything open. Okay, but what about them do you believe to be suspicious? Remember, it was you, Fukawa, and I who discovered Ishimaru's corpse in the physics prep room. After that, we heard from Nagai that Yamada had been murdered, and you, Nagai, and I left the prep room. We ran into Celeste when we stepped out into the hallway, and then the four of us headed for the infirmary. Not one of us said a word about Ishimaru's death before we arrived in the infirmary. When you think about it like that, Celeste's comment seems extremely out of the ordinary, excessively so. All of this about her comment being out of the ordinary, I'm not really sure what you're getting at. Hey, Celeste, everyone's confused. Repeat what you said word for word, for everyone's sake. If you're not the culprit, then there's no problem, is there? Okay, what Togami's talking about? When he says something Celeste said was out of the ordinary. She's gonna say something's wrong. She's gonna say something wrong, sorry. And I'm going to find it. Monokuma File 3 is all I have? Great, I have to search for something. There's not very many here. Okay, this is what I said. It's like he's playing games. Okay, he's enjoying watching us run around, confused and afraid. At this rate, we'll all be killed. We'll be killed like them. And that's all. Do you understand now? What's so unnatural about what she said? Okay, when Celeste said that, she only should have known about Yamada's death, which means the problematic statement is... Okay. I'm gonna shoot at... I'm gonna shoot at the them. Damn it! I don't know what to shoot at! I'm afraid, okay, you're wasting time. Yes, I know there's a contradiction somewhere. Okay, take the S. We'll all... us them? No? Okay. Take the unnatural, maybe? I'm gonna say take the unnatural. Shoot it at the them. Okay. There we go. Okay. You really have to pay attention to detail. It's getting crazy. 10 remaining. 10 is okay. 6-6. That's an A average. Good. Okay. That's right. There was no way you should have been able to say, we'll all be killed like them, Celeste. Because at that point, we hadn't yet told you about what happened to Ishimaru. Plus, we met up with you in the hallway after we left the physics lab. So you don't even have any opportunity. I skipped that. Hold on, I got a spider to kill. Okay, sorry for that, the delay. Just, you know, spiders. Okay, and yet despite all that, why did you know? Okay, that is what just him who had been killed, but them. Oh, she's laughing. You'll have quite active imaginations, don't you? Imagination, you say? Okay, didn't you not just say that every time I claimed to have witnessed the madman, I was lying? In that case, what does that make this photograph? Staged. He was drugged, and they just put him in that position. What do you intend to explain the photograph? Oh, how do you explain this? Well, let me reread this. How do you intend to explain the photograph I took of the madman carrying Yamada away? It's a fake. Like Celeste put the costume on, then used the camera's timer to take a shot? Have you forgotten? Only you were able to wear the costume, Hagakure. Furthermore, the digital camera does not have a timer. Therefore, it is an unequivocal truth that the madman abducted Yamada. If you wish to discredit my testimony, then please explain this picture for me. First of all, is that actually a photograph of the madman abducting Yamada? What do you mean by that? I'm saying it's possible that the madman didn't abduct Yamada, but that something else entirely happened. No such possibility exists. That something else happened. And I know what it is. If the picture isn't of Yamada being abducted by Justice Robo, then what actually is happening? They're dancing, they're drunk, the exact opposite. The exact opposite. Duh! They're not drunk or dancing. Okay, it's not... Okay, that's not a picture of Yamada being abducted by the madman, but of Yamada abducting the madman! Oh. Oh! You can't deny that possibility. That's true. The one being abducted in that picture is not Yamada, but the madman. And we just wrongly assumed Yamada was the one being abducted. Very true. That peculiar costume was probably used for the express purpose of inventing that misinterpretation. Anyone would assume, seeing someone dressed like that they were the suspicious party. And that's how you made it into a suspect while I was zonked out. Oh, she's laughing though. That's preposterous. Yamada abducted the madman? That's not possible. Okay, is it really not possible? That's not what I think. In that case, allow me to give you proof that I could not be possible. Sorry. Does there really exist proof? That's not possible for Yamada to have abducted the madman? Well, I don't know. Guess we get a debate going. Justice Robo's costume, Hagakure's message, Justice Robo blueprints. Okay. I think the blueprints are gonna come in handy. I'll read everything first. While I was knocked out, you made me wear that suit. Okay, and had Yums carry me. Okay. That's how you get everyone to respect me. Hey, I told you that's not possible. Okay, the madman in this picture is standing up straight. Okay, the person inside were unconscious, then he wouldn't be able to hold himself up like that. Okay, then the fortune-telling stoner really is the culprit. Okay. What was his message again? Asiana said, the back doesn't bend at all. Okay, so I'll go with Hagakuri's message. Had Yums carry me, and I'll shoot at, and I'll be able to stand up with the message. Unconscious. No? Oh wait, was Asiana's testimony available? Just this robo costume is what I should have used. Okay, blah 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 blah. Unconscious. I missed. God, oh thank God! I thought I was gonna have to go another round. I only have 2 hearts left. This is not going very well. Okay, time remaining. That 84, 82 points. Hey. Woo! Okay, no. Even if the person inside were unconscious, they could still be standing upright, thanks to a special characteristic that the Justice Robo costume. Of it, sorry. The back doesn't bend at all. That's a pretty big design flaw. No kidding. Okay, oh yeah, the costume's design flaw. The back doesn't bend at all. But I wonder, was it actually a design flaw in the first place? Perhaps it was intentionally made that way for the sake of being able to take that photograph. Oh, you are getting found out, and I kinda liked you. Why do you have to be the culprit? By dressing an unconscious Hagakuri in a suit with a rigged back, Celeste and Yamada were able to fabricate that photo. So we'd believe there really was a madman. Ooh, and that would be checkmate. Checkmate. Ooh, uh-oh. You're laughing again? Okay, you fucking kidding me, you cretins? Huh? This is not checkmate. Celeste, this is her dark side. It seems you guys are dead set on setting me up as the culprit, but that's a big mistake. Your memory shot? Forgot about Yamada's dying words. Hey, Yamada, who did this to you? Who attacked you? Who's the culprit? Culprit? I know the culprit's name. I remember. Master Yasu. Hero. Okay, yeah, but when asked the culprit's name, Yamada gave a clear answer, did he not? He said the culprit's name is Yasuhiro. That is to say, Yasuhiro Hagakure. But my name isn't Yasuhiro, it's actually Torosuke. Huh? You needlessly complicate things by telling such inexplicable lies. Okay. But is the Yasuhiro Yamada mentioned actually referring to Hagakure? What are you saying, bitch? Die on fire. What did you mean by that, Kirigiri? Remember, the way Yamada spoke of each of us. When referring to us, he did say our names. He shortened our names, he used our first names, he used our full names. He didn't shorten. Did he use our first names? Or our full? Our first names. I don't think he was that casual about it. No, full names. Full names. Full names, right? Or last names. No, he used our full. There we go. Okay, I was pretty sure, but I couldn't be sure. Okay, right. That's right. Yamada referred to everyone using their full names. For example, he called you Master Makoto Nagai. Therefore, when had Yamada been trying to name Hagakure, he would have used Master Yasuhiro Hagakure, but instead he said Master Yasuhiro. It was happenstance. He was trying to say Hagakure and mixed up the order. That's all. Like a bad waiter. Silence. For him to have slipped up just that one time is quite the convenient interpretation for you. It was no coincidence. As he always did, Yamada was trying to refer to the culprit by full name in order. But in his dying breaths, we were only able to make out a few sounds of the first name. Then, Yamada was trying to name someone whose last name is Yasuhiro. Okay, but there is no one here with that last name. No. Hold on. There is one person it could be. Celeste, you never once told us your real name. Pardon me? It's funny how far you think. You can take these baseless accusations. Would you kindly stop spouting this nonsense? There's not a chance in hell I'd have a lame-ass last name, like Yasuhiro. Off with your head. Then tell us, Celeste, what is your real name? Fine, clean out your damn ears and listen real carefully. My real name is Celestia Luddenberg, and I would kindly request you stop making me repeat myself. Celeste seems pretty hell-bent on maintaining her ruse, which means I've got to make her give it up. Her name is not Celestia. She changed it. Jesus. Okay, Electro IDs, washed hammer, Hagakure's message. It's gotta be Electro IDs. Right? Okay, the person Yamada was trying to identify was someone whose last name is Yasuhiro. Okay, only Celeste, who hasn't told us her real name, could have the stare name Yasuhiro. Yeah, as I've told you time and again, my name is Celestia Luddenberg. Okay, how long are you intend on keeping this up? The only way I'm keeping, the only thing I'm keeping, which is, unless you can show otherwise. Did I shoot the wrong thing? Did I shoot the wrong thing? Yeah, I shot washed hammer! Jesus! I wasn't paying attention to my ammo! Okay. Bam! Show us Electro ID, bitch! And if you can't do that, then you're the culprit, we'll kill you. We'll turn you into butter, maybe. We turned someone else into butter? Oh, B. Oh. And I've got half of her. That's right, her Electro IDs! Oh, you... Okay, as I recall, when Electro ID boots up, it displays the owner's name, right? That's what Monokuma told us when he handed them out. Don't go losing Electro ID or anything. It's an indispensable part of life here in the Academy. When you turn it on, it'll display your real name, so make sure you've got the right one. After all, these babies can't be used to do more than just identify you. Oh, can, not can't. Okay, in other words, by checking her Electro ID, we can't answer the question of what Celeste's real name is. That's an invasion of my privacy. I will not allow it. Celeste, isn't it about time you started telling the truth? The whole truth? I'm not the type to fold, even going up against a royal flush, because until all the cards have been laid out on the table, there's no saying what might happen. In that case, I'll lay everything out for you. Let's return to the beginning one last time, and there I'll reveal every last one of your crimes, and put an end to this charade. Oh god. Climax logic. Okay. Okay. I don't know what to do here. That's a ball, isn't it? Can I, like, read that? I thought there was a way to, like, read it. Okay, influence, change pages, logic panels, grabbing, placing, select logic panels, hints, hint button over the frame with a logic. Okay, who did the culprit seduce into becoming their accomplice? Okay. That would have been... you. Okay, let's go over. Act 2. The culprits invited a certain person to the rec room at what time? One. As is who? Who was the first person the culprits summoned? That would have been you, right? Okay. Then they knocked him out. Put him in the Justice Robo. After putting a certain someone to sleep and dressing in the Justice Robo suit, the culprits made use of a particular item to fabricate evidence of a madman. Whoa. Okay. Now where's the camera? Right there. Right? Okay. Okay, at what time was Ashimaru told to go to the physics prep room? He was told 6. That's not 6. Okay, that says 12:1, so that's definitely... That's the only clock. That's a wristwatch, too. So, it has to be him. Right? Oh! Wait, no, it's turned sideways. That is 6. Okay, he's attacking. Schmack. Ashimaru's attacking Witch Justice Hammer. He was attacked with 4. I think. Okay, in the library, Yamada made use of a certain item to fabricate the crimes of the culprit mystery. Wait, Yamada made of a certain item to fabricate the crimes of a mystery culprit. That would be... Hammer 3? I'll go back, and maybe that's not it. Which Justice Hammer did we find? Okay. Which Justice? You found 3. Used to kill him. Okay, you might have been used for certain items to fabricate the crimes. That would be Hammer 2. Okay, everyone's shocked. Deaths. Okay. When you move Ashimaru's corpse, what did you might have put it on? That would be... so we put the body on that. Guessing this. And we're at the final page. And this is... The true culprit used this to kill Yamada. That. And that should be it. I think we got it right. I had to read the hint, but I think I got it right. Okay. As the first step in preparing for this crime, the culprit joined forces with a certain person. It would be him. Okay, shake hands. Big smile. Yamada, by making Yamada into their accomplice, the culprit was able to execute this series of crimes. Okay, get the time right. Okay, person walks in. The first thing they did was invite a certain person to the Red Room last night at PM. Hagakure. And they drugged him. And that person was Hagakure. The culprits called Hagakure there so they could frame their crimes on him. First they drugged him. Suited him up. Then they dressed the unconscious Hagakure in the Robo costume. Used the camera to fake everything. Okay, I was right about that. Yamada pretended to be held captive by Justice Robo, and the culprit photographed him, all for the sake of fabricating evidence of a madman and casting suspicion onto Hagakure. After that, the culprit shut Hagakure still out cold in the locker room by the pool. Locker room, should have said. There's Shimaru. And at long last, 6 AM rolled around, and the culprits moved into the murder phase of their plan. They summoned Shimaru to the physics prep room. And you smacked him with number 4. Okay, shock, crack, boom. And there, Yamada committed the first murder by killing Ishimaru with number 4. The weapon used was Justice Hammer 4, the hammer we found in the physics prep room. The use of Hammer 4 for the first murder was a red herring intended to confuse the order of events. And the camera was shown. The next thing the culprit and Yamada did was fake having been attacked. In doing so, they set themselves up as victims and directed suspicion at Justice Robo. The first attack was in the rec room. By showing us Justice Hammer 1 and the Justice Robo photograph, the culprit convinced us the attack was real. And then there was a second fake attack, the attack in the library. They constructed with Yamada injury and Justice Hammer 2 in manufacturing, and showing us these two incidents, the culprits planted a certain notion in our heads that the mysterious madman was attacking people with progressively larger hammers. And carrying this conception, we all set out to find the madman as quickly as possible. So Hammer 2 is right still, okay. Oh, it's just we went through everything first. Okay, when we did, we left Yamada in the infirmary, all by himself. That was exactly what Yamada wanted, left unattended in the infirmary. He put blood on himself, blood everywhere. He made use of the transfusion bags in the fridge with Justice Hammer 3 to fake his own death to make it appear as though he had been murdered. Anyway guys, we gotta do a quick jump cut, and we will resume afterwards.